Yo, I hope y'all are doing well. Now, I know, it's been a while. It's been a couple weeks. I get it. I get it. Oh man, I have been so unbelievably busy. I don't know what it is about this year, but I have just been it's been crazy. I got so I got a full-time job as a trainer, and then I normally when I do my adjunct professor stuff, I normally have one class, maybe two, but this semester I have three. And so it's just a ton of grading. So a lot of my free time, heavy quotes on the free time, I have to spend grading. So that's taking up a lot of time as well. And then it's like all of the shenanigans, one of the people in my class asked, it's like, yeah, Dr. Watts, I'm having trouble accessing the textbook. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, how have you tried to access it? Like, what does that even mean? Well, am I supposed to get a free copy? Y'all. I was like, when did colleges and universities start giving out free textbooks? But anyway, that's what I be saying. Just you gotta deal with all the nonsense. So doing that, and then I also started a small group. So my church, they do it like in semesters. So they're doing like a 10-week fall semester. And people can start like a little small group on whatever you want it to be about. So I did one on podcasting. I know there's so many people that want to start their own podcast, but just don't even know where to start. And so it's 10 weeks, and that has also taken up a lot of time because I got to create the curriculum, what I'm going to talk about every week, and then present it. Um, so yeah, I had to do that today. What we're talking about today is gear and equipment. So we're talking about mics and lighting and cameras and mixers and all that good stuff. So it's something I enjoy doing, but it is also taking up a lot of my time. So no excuses, but I'm just saying that to say that's where I've been at. That is where I've been at. Okay. So but this isn't and I just wanted to come check in real quick just to let y'all know that this isn't gonna be long. My plan is to do two more of the mini thoughts with Dr. T. I got to do homecoming because homecoming was lit, so I gotta show y'all that. And I think I want to do one more before the year is out. I want to try to document, which I've been wanting to do anyway, my infertility journey. So I want to do those two. That is my plan. To do those to wrap up the year and wrap up that series. Okay. And then when I can, I was thinking about doing like just a weekly check in, like a Friday or Saturday evening type of thing. So I'll see how that goes too. But yeah, that's all this is. Last week, I went on a field trip with Jalen. I was a chaperone. Okay. Um, First of all, let me say it was at the zoo. Okay. And let me just tell y'all, like, I don't care what nobody said. The zoo is overrated to me. And, maybe it's just the Asheboro Zoo. It could just be the Asheboro Zoo. I don't know. But I feel like every time I go, which I don't plan on going anymore, it's only like two animals in the whole place, right? Maybe three. So you do all this unnecessary walking to see these three animals, and when you get to those animals, they sleep or they hiding or something. It's just I've never left the zoo like, wow, that was really amazing. Did you see all those? Like I've never felt that way. I always leave feeling bamboozled and led astray, and like I'm never coming here again. That's how I always feel. Um, so yeah, I decided to be a chaperone. I have been a chaperone for Jalen's field trips in the past when he was in kindergarten and first grade. And with those, it's always, I get a mix of girls and boys in my group or whatever. So this time I'm thinking the same thing. So I should have known because I think it's been so long, I don't even know what my tangent button is. Is it right here?
This
Ah,
is
boom.
a
Okay.
tangent.
First grade and second grade, they were on it, right? They would be like, we're going on this trip, meet us here, do this, do that, here's your group. Second grade, they were just like, we're going to the zoo. I was like, okay, nothing else. I should have known. Anyway, finally get there. We don't know where to go, what's happening, where to be. So I finally found some other parents. So we got up together. So I get my group, and it's all boys, 4 boys. And he's like, oh, let me give you another boy. So now I got 5 boys, right? My whole life is about boys. I got 3 sons and a husband. You know what I'm saying? And so I really enjoy the field trips, getting to see the little girls. Like it's fun, getting to see their energy and everything. Because I'm never, around any girls. And so here I go with 5, 7-year-old boys. Um, it was a bad decision. Like I knew it soon as he gave me the group. Because they have so much energy. All they wanted to do was run. And you gotta remember, that's okay if we're like in somewhere small, like a museum. But we're in this large zoo. There's of course other schools and things out there. They're running all over the place. So it's like I was just like, please don't let me lose nobody child at this zoo. I was like, dang, this was a terrible idea. Why did I do this? But anyway, not only that, I feel like he also tried to set me up with like the bad little boys. I feel like that was a thing too. Soon as he gave me one of the boys, he was like, I'm just making this name up. He was like, all right, little Johnny, you gonna be good, okay? And I was like, wait, what? Because if he's saying that, I'm like, little Johnny must be bad. So I'm like, dang, he didn't give me a bad kid. So you know me. If I don't know nothing else, I know discipline. You feel me? Because it's not gonna go down like that over here. See, that's probably why he set me up with all them boys. So I pulled little Johnny to the side, like, little Johnny, we're not gonna have no problems, are we? Like, what? No, 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 ma'am. I'm like, all right, don't, don't trip. So I was like, Lord. So anyway, yeah, they were just running. Like, all right, y'all, it's time. Every time I said, all right, y'all, it's time to go to the next station or next, place, or let's go look at the next thing. Taking off, taking off. I don't know how many times I was like, can y'all just walk? Like, do we gotta run to the next place? So that was a thing. Then little Johnny started to like kind of trip out a little bit. And he started talking about he want the teacher. He want the teacher. The teacher is a male. This first time Jalen ever had a black male at that. So he starts to say like he wants the teacher. Then he kind of started seeming like he was about to kind of, I don't know, like have a little episode or something. I don't know what was happening, but I was like, little Johnny, I had to keep pulling him to the side, like, don't, don't do that. Not. All right, so I had to get him together. I was like, "Listen, lunch is at 12:30. At 12:30, you can go with the teacher, okay? But you gonna keep it together until 12:30." So he was like, "Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am." So you just gotta be rough and harsh with boys sometimes. Let them know like you ain't going for it. So that's what I had to do. But I was nice and sweet. I did it in a loving way. But I just let them know like, don't. I don't want no problems now, and you don't either. And so anyway, we got to lunch. And so he got to go. So I was like, I found a teacher and I was like, is he gonna stay with you? And then the teacher looked at me like, don't please. And I was like, all right, y'all, come on. So we hurry up and ran. And so I went from a group of 5 to 4. So that made it a little bit better. It was less people that I had to keep track of. But then it was these two of the boys. I don't know what the problem was, but they had it out for each other. They like hated each other. So they were getting into it like every 5 minutes, and he touched me, he looked at me, and he said this to me. And I was just like, dang, this was a bad idea. And I don't even know, like I said, if it would have been a bad idea if he would have mixed the group a little bit, but just having all guys. Cause I'm passing by another chaperone. She got like 3 or 4 girls, and they're just like walking and just chilling. And I was like, see, he set me up. He set me up. So, yeah, it was a lot. So had to deal with that, you know. Then they wanted to go to the gift shop so bad. And I'm like, if y'all go to the gift shop now, you're gonna have to carry whatever it is for the next 3 hours. So finally, it was time to go to the gift shop. They can barely count. They want to get something that's $20. They got $5. I'm like, yeah, you can't. You don't have enough. You need to get something that's $4.99 and under. And then I told this little boy that like a million times. I guess he figured, what do I know? She can't count. She don't know what she's talking about. So he still goes up to the register with this $20 toy, and I'm just there like. So the cashier was like, "Yeah, you don't have enough." Lord, so yeah. But anyway, that was the zoo trip. So definitely, if I chaperone again, I'm gonna tell him like, don't ever give me all guys, all boys. Please don't do that. So that was the zoo trip. What else have I been doing? Oh yeah, the other hilarious thing while I was there. So I dropped them off at lunch and I like ran to get me something to eat, right? What is it, $25 for a burger, fry, and a drink? Crazy. Anyway, so I get something to eat and I noticed there's this I would say she was in high school, maybe she was like 16 years old, and she was holding like a baby doll and like feeding it or something, or like pretending to feed it. And so I was like, that's really strange. I was like, well, maybe, something's going on with her and maybe that's like a comfort or something. So then maybe 5 minutes later, I look and there's like a bunch of kids with baby dolls. So I was like, oh, that must be that class. And I was laughing to myself because they all just looked so defeated and upset. And so, I finished my food and I just walked over to one of them, like, is this a class? And she's like, yeah, it's a child development, I think, like, or something like that. And they just looked so defeated. And I was like, remember, don't have any kids before 25. And and she was like, I'm never having kids. Oh man, I thought that was hilarious. The babies were crying. So they were trying to eat, they were trying to the kids the high schoolers were trying to eat, but if the baby cried, I guess they had to stop and get milk and feed it. Um, I guess the babies were using the bathrooms. I seen one, she had the baby on the table where we was eating, changing the diaper. Other ones were crying. They were trying to pat it. They just all looked over it. Um, so I thought that was so funny. She was like, "Do you want one? Do you want mine? Like, I can't do this." I said, "No, ma'am. I have a 1 and 2-year old. I'm good." But part of me was like, "Dang, how cruel were they had them bring the babies to the zoo of all places." That's probably like the worst possible place to bring a baby. Although there were people with babies at the zoo, like in strollers and everything. So look, y'all know me. I mean, unless I have to bring my kids with me somewhere, they probably not gonna be with me. Most people don't even know me and Jermaine have kids. You see what I'm saying? Because no, I know my friends try to shame me into bringing them places. It's not happening. Okay. Jalen's cool. He's 7. He's okay. But if I don't gotta bring him, we're not even bringing him. Okay. Definitely not a 1 and 2-year old. People be having them out there. 'Cause, I mean, they're gonna it's hot, it's too much walking, they're gonna be hungry, they tired, I just don't I just wouldn't do that, but anyway, that's why I just thought it was hilarious that they made them bring the babies to the zoo, newborns at that. So they were all over it, so we got a good chuckle out of that, 'cause y'all was like, "You don't have no kids for 25," and then one of the other ladies was like, "Yes." I was like, "Well, don't wait too late." Because I waited to 30 and I'm kinda old now. But, yeah, 'cause and I hope that, but maybe that was the point of it for them to see how difficult it is to have a child. So maybe it was like a reverse psychology thing. Because when you do have kids, everything shifts and it is about them and their needs. And it doesn't make the experience worse, but it just makes it different. So whereas they would have been at the zoo kicking it with their friends, now you got to worry about your kid that's hungry and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? So I think that it was a good experience, but they all just looked like they were having the worst time of their lives. So I thought that was so funny. But anyway, y'all just came in to check in, let y'all know what I've been up to, man. That's all. I just been busy. That's it. Just been really busy. Um, and so one thing had to fall and it just had to be the podcast. I'm so sorry. because I gotta work. I gotta grade these papers. I gotta do the small group. I got kids. It's just a lot. But I haven't forgot about y'all. So I said, let me come in and do a quick check in. And like I said, I'm gonna try to get those two mini thoughts out. Um, what's coming up? I would say Happy Halloween, but I don't really know. It's funny because y'all know I go to Orange Theory, and like the main event that we do is called Hell Week, right? And it's like where all the exercises for this particular week are like extremely hard or whatever, and then you get a T-shirt, which is cool. We've been doing it for I've been going to Orange Theory for probably like 6 or 7 years now. But this year, I feel like they put some extra sauce on it. They were like, and this is only funny because if y'all listen to my show reviews, one of the things I always say is, me and Jermaine, we don't play about words, 'cause death and life is in the power of the tongue, but we really believe that. We don't just say that like for real, for real. And it was throwing me off because this year they were just like, yeah, we're casting spells. And because we always have theme days, but they just went overboard. Like today's spell is you have so much resistance that you can't move, and tomorrow is going to be chaos. Your brain is cluttered. And look, y'all, when anytime anybody trying to speak something over you, you know what I always tell y'all, just you don't gotta be loud. You don't even gotta say it verbally, but just be like, I don't receive that. I was doing that all day today in class. They was just going out of control with it. I'm like, all right, we get it. It's a theme day, like it's cool. Like we're casting a spell, and you can't do this and that. And that. I was just like, what in the world? I don't know. It was just real wild how they went overboard on the spells, okay? I don't care who it is, what it is, they playing, not playing. I don't be receiving it, and y'all can't receive it either. Somebody be like, girl, you crazy. I'd be like, I don't receive that. Like to myself, because I'm not crazy. You see what I'm saying? Even though they playing, we take it for real. We take it real, real serious. So yeah, they was going wild with all that spell casting stuff. But anyway, I hope y'all have a good one. And yeah, I haven't forgot. So I'm gonna be back. I don't know when, but I'm gonna drop those last two for real. If you're already subscribed, make sure you click the little bell and put all notifications. So when I do drop it, it'll pop up on your screen, let you know I have a new episode. So that's all I got. Hope y'all doing well, and I will check in maybe another week or so. All right, y'all take care. Bye.